Hey, good morning. It is July 28th in Bucaramanga, Colombia. I'm in our lovely little apartment and I'm working with a lot of uh, complications this morning, okay? Physical, technical, otherwise. Uh, Saturday morning when I woke up, I think I was awakened about 2 o'clock, which is a couple hours earlier than usual, and with numbness on the left side of my body and my face. And of course, I sort of didn't freak out, just was concerned and confused about what to do because things come in a new place. I'm in a strange place. If I was home, I'd know exactly where to go and what to do. I went over to North Kansas City Hospital, ER, and just let them do their things. That's not how it works here. And I'm not going to go into those details about the hospital visit and stay. I could, I should. It was interesting. It was frustrating at times, but what else would you expect? And it was turned out to be exceptionally good care, I think. Just it's delivered in a different way that can be a little frustrating, and other things that I actually kind of appreciate how they do it here. Um, yeah. So the long story short, of course, is that the neurologist diagnosed me with a small infarct or stroke. I was diagnosed, I don't remember how many years ago, with cerebral small vessel disease, which is a very, very common condition in old people. It increases with age, and by the time you're 80 or 90, almost everybody has it. It's both vascular and neurological. It's the blood vessels in the brain either clotting or bursting. I think, I talk like I know what I'm talking about, and I really don't most of the time. I'm trying to just keep it simple for myself, if nothing else. So I've known about this for quite a while, and I've always known that it's progressive. That means it gets worse with time, and there is no cure per se. There's things you can do to slow that progression, and they are: don't smoke, lose weight, moderate exercise, reduce your stress, and have you heard this before? Basically, live a healthy life, right? So that is why don't they just keep it simple and tell you that? Be healthy. You don't want to get sick? Be healthy. Okay. So today I still have some numbness. No, I can tell that. I feel better in the respect of the immediate symptoms of the stroke, and it's not the kind of stroke that some people have that's more obvious. This is not the slack face sort of thing that and no ability to communicate and that kind of stuff. I did not have that kind of a stroke. The rest of it I'm just not going to go into because I'm not a doctor and don't want to be. They want to do more tests, of course, and I'm fine with that. But mostly of the heart. It's the heart they're most concerned about. For me, my concern is the brain, and since everything is connected, you can't do one without the other. But I am feeling really, my energy has just been, it was an ordeal. 2 trips to the hospital. I need to make another one. I found it. I think the hospital I'm going to is extremely good. They're called the International Hospital. They're supposed to have a number of English-speaking staff, and frankly, I only encountered 1 or 2 that were, one who was fluent and one who was broken. I want to cry. I would have never gotten through that experience with the help of my friends here. Thank you, Jackson. And now Jackson's gone back to Cúcuta, so Javi, you're next in line. I am the luckiest gringo in all of Santander. So today, I've got a list of things here for Javi to do. This was not an interruption I was expecting, of course, obviously, and don't want, of course, obviously, but I'm having to now deal with this In addition to not having, I don't have the ability to pay the rent yet. I've got money sitting in the credit union. I've moved it over to Bank of America. Financial is the I think that because of the history between Colombia and the U.S. with the drug wars and cocaine, that they went to such extremes to lock down the movement of money between the two countries that the only people who can move money from the U.S. to Colombia and back is the drug cartels. Okay, great job, law enforcement. You know, you've made it impossible for an expat to, did I say that word? For a migrant living here, a U.S. migrant living in Colombia, to access their money. But, you know, if I was out selling cocaine, I'd probably just put it in the next courier bag, right? So that's frustrating. What else is on my list? Health insurance, right? As a requirement to get my visa, I had to buy a health insurance in Colombia. And I've had it since, I think, December of last year. And it was roughly, I'm going to ballpark it, it was less than $1,000 for a year. Okay, $35,000 cap, which I thought, I bought a cheap policy. I bought a low level because I never expected to use it. I figure I'll pay as I go. If there's anything extreme, I've already made a commitment that I'm not going to do any more extreme medical interventions. And this is sort of falling in that area of like, yeah, but, you know, it's not open heart surgery, it's not chemotherapy, but, you know, I wake up and it's just kind of ingrained in us to go see the doctor and find out what's going on. And yet, knowing what happened isn't going to change really very much about what I plan to do. I'm not going, I say this, I hope I don't have to eat my words, I don't plan to do any more extreme medical interventions in my life, okay? But, so I do have insurance. The hospital, I said I wasn't going to talk about the hospital experience. I had to put up a bunch of money just to get seen in the hospital. And I had to show that I had paid it before they would let me out. They have a guard at the door letting you in and letting you out. Yeah, it's not like the U.S., okay? So I have never I couldn't even find the insurance information because it had been filed away in someplace. I couldn't remember the name or anything. Finally got that. And then I tried to contact them, and the language options are Spanish or Portuguese. And so once again, I'm waiting for my friends. One of them was over yesterday and they called me because I started insurance. That's on the list to do too. I think the insurance company has been incredibly responsive so far, but there's only because they're wanting to request all the necessary information to reimburse us for what we spent at the hospital, and then to set up an approval so that they'll take care of things at the hospital going forward. We'll see how that goes. It's all new. That's on my list. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I am functional, whatever that means, but I can't, you do too much. You need to calm down. Slow down, John. Take it easy. Relax. You're doing all that. Fuck. Here. I'm here. Tranquilo. I'm okay. Okay. I just want to let people know that. Marilee, Gordon, family, friends, I'm a survivor.